स्पेशली आमकां फोंडा जे हे आसा पॅलिएटिव्ह डिपार्टमेंट आसा थंय आमी सरकार आमी फंडय दिता. सगळे जाण तुमकां खबर आसतली दीनदयाल स्वस्त योजना आसता, तुमच्या लोकांच्या नॉलेजी खातीर सांगता की ह्या योजने अंडर 1,81,007 लोक रजिस्टर्ड आसा आणि पोरू लास्ट इयर 8,549 people have been beneficiary आणि सरकारान हेचेर तब्बल 20 कोटी हे स्किमीचेर मोडलेले आसा. आता हे 20 कोटी मोडले म्हणजे कितें कितलीशीच हॉस्पिटलां हेच्यान ही DDSY यूज करता आणि ह्या सगळ्या हॉस्पिटलांक हे 20 कोटी दिल्ले आसात. बाकीचे आमच्याकडे स्किमी आसा, आबा आयुष्यमान भारत हेल्थ अकाउंट आसा, आमच्याकडे आयुष्यमान भारत प्रधानमंत्री जन योजना आसा, गोंयान अराउंड 16 हॉस्पिटल इम्पॅनल्ड आसा. सो दॅट म्हणजे कशें सांगपाचें म्हणजे मेडिकल हाचेर लोकांक कितलेशेच फ्री सर्वीस आसा. इट इज people to decide which card to use, which hospital to use. They can use a private hospital and get the best of medical treatment. आमचे सरकार खूपशे कडेन सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप करता आणि बायलां आमच्या सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप केलो आणि सोडलो ना. आमच्या सरकारान कितलेशेच ह्या सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुपांक आमी लोन दितात. अंडर द गोवा स्टेट रुरल लायव्हलीहूड मिशन सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयमेंट आणि लायव्हलीहूड ऑपॉर्च्युनिटीज दिसता. जस्ट फॉर नॉलेज अराउंड 15,756 सेल्फ हेल्प मेंबर्सांक फार्म रिलेटेड एक्टिविटी करपाक दिल्ले आसा पयशे आणि अराउंड 7,800 सेल्फ हेल्प फॉर नॉन फार्म रिलेटेड एक्टिविटीज केल्ले आसा. बाकीचे आमच्याकडे खूप हे आसा, हांव उलयना एग्रीकल्चर हेच्यार म्हणून काय कमी ना. आमी एग्रीकल्चराचे स्वयंपूर्ण एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर कसो वाडपाच्या खातीर करता. पोरू आमी शेतकी आधार निधी स्कीम केल्ली आसा आणि ह्या स्किमीच्या अंडर 4,40,40,00,000 दिल्ले आसा. हे कंपेन्सेशन जे नॅचरल कॅलिमिटी येता ताका दिल्ले आसा. एश्युअर प्रायस फॉर एग्रीकल्चर हांकां आमी दिल्लो आसा. 2 वर्सां पयलीं प्रायजय वाडोवन दिल्लो आसा. पण एक 2च मिनटां. पण पोरू म्हाका एक इश्यू हांगाचे वेन इट कम्स टू एग्रीकल्चर इतलेंच सांगूं जाय, अजून खूब कडेन माकड बी हे तांकां खूब हे करता. सो फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंटान हेतून पळोवपाचें आसा. आय गो टू फास्ट वता की वेन इट कम्स टू एज्युकेशन म्हणून काय आमी कमी ना. आमचे ऑलमोस्ट कितलेशेच आमी सरकारान आमच्या 15 कोटी मोडल्या फक्त कोडिंग आणि रोबोटीक एज्युकेशन करपाक. म्हणजे आमची भुरगीं आज टेक्नॉलॉजिकली कितले अपडेट आसा ती पळय. आणि ह्या भुरग्यांक मॉनिटर करच्या खातीर विद्या समीक्षा केंद्र केल्ले आसा जे टिचरांकय हेल्प जाता आणि भुरग्यांकूय हेल्प जाता. सो एज्युकेशनान खुबशे फावटी दिसता की गव्हर्मेंट शाळेन काय कमी ना. आमचे इतले बरे फॅसिलिटीज आमी हे केल्ले आसा. आमच्या सरकारान प्रधानमंत्री स्कूल फॉर रायझिंग इंडिया स्कीम PM श्री स्कूल केल्ले आसा. म्हज्याय कॉन्स्टिट्युएंसीन एक स्कूल घेतलेले आसा, कासारपाल स्कूल केल्ले आसा. सो त्यामुळे स्किलिंगाचेर तर विचारूं नाका. स्किलिंगाचेर वी हॅव बीन टाय अप. आमच्या मुख्यमंत्र्यान कितलेशेच बरे कंपनी IBM म्हूण टाटा म्हूण आमच्या बिचोलेन ITI कडेन टायअप केल्ले आसा. वेर वील बी स्किलिंग आमच्या भुरग्यांक स्किलिंग अपस्किलिंग रिस्किलिंग करतले सो दॅट जो आमी इश्यू म्हणटा अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट तोय कमी करचे खातीर. वेन इट कम्स टू पब्लीक डिपार्टमेंट आय शूड थँक आमच्या मुख्यमंत्र्याक की म्हाका दिसता म्हजे खंयचेच पब्लीक डिपार्टमेंटाचें काम खंयचो रस्तो म्हणजे आय कॅन प्रावडली से 50-60 वर्सां म्हज्या मतदारसंघान रस्ते जावंक ना. 1 आणि 2 न्हू 10च्या वयर तरी म्हज्या मुख्यमंत्र्यान केल्ले आसा. सो नॉट एट ऑल कंप्लेंट. जाल्यार कंप्लेंट आसल्यार हांवूच पयलीं चड बोवाळ घालपी मनीस. वेन इट कम्स टू इलेक्ट्रिसिटी खुबशे आमचे अंडरग्रावंड केला. पूण म्हाका मिनिस्टराक सांगपाक जाय की आमकां जी लायट येता ती थिवी स्टेशनाच्यान बिचोले लांबगांव येता. जी टेंडर जाल्या फुडल्या 15 दिसांनी सुरू करतले 33 kV. थँक्स फॉर दॅट. म्हणजे सिटीचे लायटीचो इश्यू. अगेन म्हज्या गांवांतल्या लायटीचो इश्यू आसा जी थिवी कडल्यान साय सबस्टेशना कडल्यान 33 kV लायन रिक्वेस्ट करता प्लीज अंडरग्रावंड केबलिंग करात. नाल्यार ती मदीं ती लायन सगळी झाडांनी वता. पोरू म्हाका 2दा अशें जाल्लें आसा. 7-7, 8-8 वरां आमच्या बिचोलेन लायट ना आणि मागीर लोकांचे आयकचे पडलेले असता. स्पीकर सर हे सगळे लायटीचे बी इश्यू खूब इम्पॉर्टंट असतात. परत एकदा हांव आनी एकूच सांगता आर्ट एंड वेन इट कम्स आमच्या बिचोलेन तशे सगळे गोष्टी चडशे जाता. एकच म्हाका सांगपाचें आसा की स्पोर्ट्स कॉम्प्लेक्स बिचोले म्युनिसिपालिटी कडेन ना. सरकाराक रिक्वेस्ट करता फुडल्या 2 वर्सांनी एटलीस्ट जागा एक्वायर करची आणि स्पोर्ट कॉम्प्लेक्स मागीर नेक्स्ट टर्माक आमच्यान करूं येता. हांव परत एकदा आमच्या मुख्यमंत्र्याचें अभिनंदन करता. आमच्याकडे कला रवींद्र भवन येवंक शकना कित्याक सांखळी आसा. पण कला भवन आणि एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव्ह ब्लॉक येवच्या खातीर फाल्यां परवा बजेटीन अराउंड 80 crore हे केला आणि आमी फुडल्या 15 दिसांनी नाल पडटले. देव बरें करूं.
Cruz Silva.
Speaker, sir, I rise to support the amendment moved to the Honorable Governor's address. The Honorable Governor, in his address, painted a rosy picture of governance by this so-called double-engine Sarkar and providing a distant target of Viskit Bharat and Viskit Goa 2047. Speaker, sir, the address, first of all, does not look like it has come from the head of the state, but looks as if a political party leader is praising his own government. In this case, the state as well as the central government, which they refer as double-engine Sarkar. Let me first come to what do we mean by double-engine Sarkar. Probably they refer to double engine in the sense they are having same party to govern at state and central. This result in double speed development. People of Goa are witnessing to this super fast speed of governance, due to which this double engine, Goa is on the verge of untold destruction and onslaught of wealthy class coming from outside the state that is outrightly buying and finishing Goa at double the speed. Hence, this double engine is taking Goa to run at double the speed. The environmental damaging project are thrust on Goa to finish its green forest, its lifeline rivers, and its heritage, a natural attraction at double the speed. Hence, I say that this double engine Sarkar is actually in reverse gear, and I suspect that instead of taking us to 2047, where it will be Viskit Bharat or 2047, it's going towards 1947. In fact, the whole address is full of repeated mention of double engine Sarkar, Viskit Bharat, Savan Purnam Goa, Anta Gaya, and such other phrases which have lost all their meanings. These are used to create a rosy picture and let the Goan believe that in far future, somewhere in 2047, he will see progress. But let us toil, struggle to meet both ends and be without any real development. With this, let me point out the issues and matters that should have been taken by Honorable Governor in his address and also show the fallacies that are dished out by this government. Speaker, sir, the Honorable Governor mentioned that with the saturation approach, there is a better ease of living for people of Goa state. Making people enroll and link their personal data to host of registration links of various schemes. This government is only misusing their data for their publicity, as whenever they want to do publicity campaign, the data from these schemes is used to contact the so-called beneficiaries. How many times are you making people to register for this or other schemes? And how much real benefit are you giving them? Let me congratulate the government for successfully organization of decennial exposition of relic of St. Francis Xavier. It facilitated a record number of devotees to visit Old Goa. Honorable Governor mentioned that this exemplified the communal company in Goa. I totally agree with that. But unfortunately, there were attempts by communal forces to create before the event, and the government was lax in dealing with these forces. And only when public agitated, there were some steps by the government, and again, the agitators who were agitating peacefully were targeted. Speaker, sir, the Honorable Governor should have also pointed out the failure to protect the sacred and heritage site of Old Goa, the continued matter of illegal construction close to the heritage site, as well as a recent attempt to destroy heritage monuments for tourism projects and setting a waste treatment plant nearby shows that government is not serious in promoting the spiritual and heritage nature of the place. The Honorable Governor proudly stated the gross state domestic product of the state is on the rise at 13.87%, with gross state domestic product per capita at 7.65 lakhs, portraying a robust and healthy economy. I was curious to know from where this figure has come and would like to request the government to provide the details of how GSDP of rupees 1 lakh 21,310 crores will be actually achieved. I would like to bring to the attention of the House that this figure of DSDP is what was estimated in the budget at the glance document of the budget that was presented for 2024-2025 at that time. Claiming an estimate to be actual is not appropriate, and hence, Honorable Governor's address and his claim is misleading and giving wrong picture of economy. And when the Honorable Governor stated that GSDP per capita is 7.64 lakhs, it could have been nice to also inform what is the loan capita on governance. For the loan of 12,395 crores taken in 2017, it was estimated that in this year, the loan that will be taken is 26,605 crores rupees. Repayment of loan amount itself, as stated in budget, is rupees 13 lakhs 88,038 crores. Honorable Governor also mentioned about CM's helpline, which is active only in 7 departments. Again, just like making people fill multiple online forms and asking them to link their PAN, Aadhaar card, and other data, these various helplines also come and go with no real benefit. Unless there is a robust e-governance setup, submitting complaints along with helpline will not resolve the problem, but instead will add to the delay. On public transport, Honorable Governor spoke about a smart transit card to enable commuters to use them seamlessly. It is a good idea, but Honorable Governor has failed to state that public transport system in Goa village is pathetic and people resort to their own transport system to reach their home, reach their work. The senior citizens, women passengers are finding it difficult to reach on time for any of their routine work due to this. The government should have provided more buses and mini buses in the interior areas of Goa. There is a poor response to Majji bus scheme, as bus owners are not finding it effective. Also, they do not have means to deploy new buses and replace the old buses. The government should provide a scheme for subsidized loan for traditional bus owners to acquire new buses. The bus owners organization is planning for agitation for their long-pending demands. The Honorable Governor mentioned that families of accident victims were provided compensation, with total of 50 victim families provided with 94 lakhs. It comes to less than 2 lakhs of compensation for accident victim families, which is a joke. Can you equate a life with a mere rupees 2 lakhs? The Honorable, it is the opposite. Governor should have mentioned that this year was the worst in terms of maintained law order, with murders, fights, and crime on the rise. The Home Department has failed on all fronts. There has been escapes from custody with police escort that shocked the governor. The police atrocities have been increased. The cases related to land grab scam are not resolved. The matters related to cash for job scam is also been pushed under the carpet with no special police officer investigating the case. The MOU with IIT Goa and BITS Goa, with the claim to strengthen law enforcement with cyber security, will remain on paper, like all other MOUs, as police and their controlling bosses are not interested in solving such cases. They are busy targeting social activists, politicians, and innocent citizens instead of punishing the culprits. The Honorable Governor stated the Goa State Staff Selection Commission has ensured transparent and merit-based recruitment for government jobs. But Honorable Governor should have mentioned that this GSSC has made operational after a long delay and that it is working at a slow pace. The number of vacancies advertised by them is very less compared to number of vacancies reported by various government departments. Some departments even recruited on their own. The current recruitment that is ongoing for LDC is very lengthy and taxing on candidates. The amendment that were made to recruitment rules of requirement of 1 year work experience made several candidates ineligible for applying the job. And hence, those who were part of government apprenticeship scheme and those who were selected based on proximity to ruling party has become beneficiaries of such a rule. The Honorable Governor said that every individual has a right to enjoy the best attainable state of physical and mental health. Goa has the cutting-edge health infrastructure, which include hospitals, clinics, laboratories, and other healthcare facilities. It plays a vital role in addressing health challenges and ensuring resilience of communities. Honorable Governor should have mentioned that apart from Goa Medical College and Hospital Bamboli, no other government hospital comes close to what is claimed as meeting health challenges. All these hospitals act as a referrals for GMC, and as a result, load on GMC is increased manpower. Health department has failed to ensure basic services to all these hospitals. The laboratories and testing labs of government don't conduct any of the advanced tests which need to be done outside by paying. The Honorable Governor spoke about various cards and schemes such as DDSSY and then Ayushman Bharat Health account, and people are confused about which scheme to register and use. The Honorable Governor mentioned that several schemes through which women are provided livelihoods support under Goa State Rural Livelihood Mission by forming self-help groups and the village organization. But at the same time, government is trying to take away their business of midday meal scheme by outsourcing the contract to Akshaya